Wednesday morning. Got our elk out last night. Slept in a little bit this morning. Not much, just an extra hour. Now we came to a completely different place. We hunted here last year. We've seen several whitetail, one nice whitetail buck, and a couple mule deer, one little spike. He was on private property though. And then we've seen a bull elk, and he's on private property right now too, but it's really close to where we can hunt. Really close. So we're just doing some glassing right now to see what else there is. There's cattle in this area that we're hunting, so it's not great. But there are a few things out there. We're also keeping our eyes open for some bear. So yeah, we're just, it's around 8 o'clock, and we're really just kind of still putting together the pieces of what we're going to do today. We are, taking it a little bit easy. But if we see something that we have a chance to go after, we're definitely going to do it. So anyway, that's the update for today. See what happens. More later.
Yeah, he's kind of in the middle and is really wide. He lays way out.
All right, it's about, I don't know, what's almost 6 o'clock, right? Almost 6 o'clock.
6:07.
Yeah, we took the afternoon off, at least from hunting. We went back to Gary's and we got all of our gear reorganized after the pack out. Got our packs put back together, all of that sort of stuff. Trimmed up some backstrap for tonight that we're going to eat, and just took care of some stuff like that. It's like somewhere between 85 and 90 degrees today. It's just smoking hot, so not a great day. We were here this morning, I think I mentioned that, and saw a couple of whitetails, saw a couple of muleys, saw a bull elk. Went and did some calling to see if we could interest that bull elk, and nothing. And that was it. So really slow morning. Took the afternoon off. Now we're back for the evening. It's still hot, so we have seen a few deer. Nothing that we can go after. So we're gonna drive a little bit more, see if we kick anything else up or spot anything else, and then see how the evening turns out. That might be it for the evening. So I'll update if something else happens. Okay. Here's our first, I think, update for the morning. It's Thursday morning. I don't know. I can't even remember if I did this already. Anyway, we came into the same place. It's our fourth morning. We came into the same place where I shot my cow. We gave it yesterday off. We went to a completely different place. We don't know if any other hunters were in here, but we let it rest. Came back in this morning. As soon as we got in here, we checked out my carcass to see if maybe there was a bear on it, and no go. Once we got to where we sat down, we started making a couple of cow calls, and there were 3 mule deer right below us. They were on private, but they were really close to the line. So I broke off, headed down the ridge a little bit to see if I could maybe intercept them. Never saw them again. That was right between 7 and 7:30. Came back up to where Gary and his son Keaton were. They were still doing, still calling just to see if we could get a response. We haven't heard a single bugle. We haven't seen a single elk. So that's a little concerning. But while we were sitting there calling, we heard some leaves rustling. We thought maybe it was an elk coming in quiet. We look over, and 30, 40 yards away was a group of turkeys. And obviously Gary and Keaton have tags, so our elk hunt very quickly turned into a turkey hunt. That one in the center's a big bird. That's got to be a tom. Right there. Right there. Take him.
Oh, shit.
Shoot again.
I'm gonna, but it hit my fucking shirt.
It's good practice. you have them ranged?
Like 30 yards.
Okay. Just let them come out.
Damn it.
He's not going to get any closer. Those are some team-ass turkeys. Yeah. He's probably trying to tell which one's a tom. It's hard to do a turkey call with an elk diaphragm. That sounded like it hit something. Dude. Got a couple shots. Missed all of them. But that was at least some excitement for the morning. So now it's, I don't know, it's probably somewhere around 8 o'clock, maybe a little bit after. It's just been an incredibly quiet morning. There's no wind, so they can obviously hear our calls, but we maybe have just exhausted this place. None of the bulls that we messed with 2 days ago were spooked ever. They all just kind of like left after they, weren't interested anymore. So we felt like coming back in here, still a good chance that we could get one to fire up, but that's not been the case so far. So still a fun morning. It's a beautiful day right now. It's supposed to be 80 degrees again, but I don't know. It's not hot at all. It's perfect. We should be here in bugles, but anyway, we're going to find our arrows, find their arrows, and then update more, hopefully when something happens. That's it for today so far.
You know what's dorking this all up, don't you?
Well, yeah. You.
No.
We used all of our luck up this morning.
No. Neither one of you knuckleheads have face paint on.
Oh.
I could have had some on my fingertips a few minutes ago.
You just always have to bring it back to that, don't you?
Well, there are a few things I'm good at.
I'm going to make sure that I don't let you hand me anything today.
Yeah.
If you see me eating with the wrapper on everything, you know why. Yeah, I thought you were a little bit psycho when you went down to the trees to do whatever it was and you came back with face paint on you Tuesday, and then a couple hours later you put the smack down on that poor girl. But it was brown and it was like 4 stripes. So,
You try running with both your hands full and putting face paint on.
well, my point is, you have 4 fingers.
Yeah,
I don't know what you.
got it. I don't need
Oh,
construction
okay.
paper.
Well, it was brown,
I got
so
what you were saying.
I think maybe you just made up the story on the paint.
If it's not clear that I'll do whatever it takes to kill freaking elk by this point. So I don't know what you expect.
Just found my arrow. I've just been waiting for middle of the day, try to do some more calling. So I went back one more time and just tore apart this green bush similar to that. And there it was. So happy I found it. So cool. I didn't think it was gonna happen, but we got it. Dang, that is a good one. Wow, it's impressive. It's like a telephone pole. Places we finally got a bugle. It's like 3:30 or something. He only bugled once. He's on private. So we're back to the regular game of trying to pull him off. And as you can see, it's not great conditions. And the wind is bad for us. It's raining a little bit. There is maybe a break coming for a little bit. So we're going to try to get in position and see if we can coax this guy off the private. Here we go. Okay, we backed out on that bull because the weather was so crazy. We waited for everything to settle down, and now we're coming in from a different angle. So we'll see if we can get back on him and get him to start responding again. Yeah, right behind the cow. There he went. He was behind that tree.
He just stopped.
Just jumped one spike. Another spike is behind that tree. I think he just walked by. Right at last light. Headed out. But maybe gives us something to go after tomorrow. Oh, there he goes. Just starting to rain too. Good morning. I don't know, I think it's around 8:30 Friday morning. It's probably my last day. We came into the same place where I shot my elk. We don't really have a lot of other options. Any place else we would want to go probably would require a couple days investment. So we came back in here. We checked the elk carcass when we came in. Didn't see any bears on it. Came down, sat on the ridge, wanted to kind of let things happen natural this morning, and we got a bull bugled on his own. So we moved a little bit further up the ridge. We were sitting almost directly above the elk carcass. We moved a little ways up the ridge to call to get a little bit closer so we could hear the bugle a little better and try to pinpoint where he's at. We're sitting there. We look down, and there's a big black bear had came in on the carcass. Wind is really bad. We didn't have very many options, but I made a play. I snuck down the fence line behind me. It's in the open. The wind was swirling. As soon as I got off the top of the ridge up there, the wind was swirling, and I'm over here now. Gary and Keaton were up top, calling to the bull and then kind of being his eyes for me. And I think they're calling to let me know he busted, but he's not here now. I didn't get a great look at him, and I didn't have time to mess with the camera if I wanted to have a shot at getting on him. But he looked pretty big. Definitely the biggest black bear I've seen that close. Got to about 70 yards, but the wind I think it was over before it started. But anyway, so it's been an exciting morning. We still have a bull bugling. I think as I was sneaking down on the bear, I heard a second bull bugling. So we didn't have any of that yesterday. So we got a bear, and we got bulls bugling. So it's a good start so far. Now we just gotta find a way to get an arrow and something. More later. Well, our day has kind of taken a turn for the worst. Pretty much been solid rain, light rain, but solid rain for the last, hour and a half. Does not look like it's going to be breaking up anytime soon. So just going to kind of play it by ear, see if it starts to lighten up, or if it stays like this or gets worse, and we'll decide what we're going to do based on that. What is it? Is it almost 11? Or is it 10? Maybe almost 10.
10. It's
Yeah.
10. 10 after 10.
Yeah, okay. So right now the rest of the day is TBD. See what happens. Well, we were driving a logging road because it's raining, it's so crappy out. and we spotted a mule deer. So we drove past her, not to freak her out. I jumped out, swung all the way around, made a big loop behind her, using my binoculars, finally located her. Ended up crawling on my hands and knees. It's soaking wet outside. I think there's water on the camera, but crawling on my hands and knees for about 50 yards once I saw her, and then belly crawling for like another 25 yards, and I got to 40 yards. I'll try to show you in a second where I was at. I'm standing about where she was at, and probably a little bit past where she was at. I got to 40 yards, but with all the rain and everything, I was trying to range. I could only get a tree. I couldn't get her. So the tree that she was next to was 40, but I thought she was a little bit past it, so I thought she was 45. I shot for 45 and shot right over her back. So I made it in on her. It was really exciting. That was a blast. I should have made that shot. I should have had a mule deer doe to go home with my cow elk. But I missed, damn it. But that was really fun. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this. Looks like the camera's got water all over it. The lens wouldn't open when I tried to open it. I hope I don't ruin this camera. But anyway, I'm going to look a little bit more for the arrow, and then I got to go get back with Keaton and Gary. But that was a unexpected and exciting little adventure right there. So sorry about the video, but it's not nice outside, so this is the best I can do. More later. Okay, I'm using my phone just because it's easier, but I hit her. I didn't think I did. I mean, it smells like good blood. It doesn't smell like guts, but man, it's raining. I saw where she went, but this is not good. I don't know. Man, I thought I missed. I didn't hear a thwack or anything. So I guess we're gonna start looking, and I don't know, man. Oh my gosh, fingers crossed. Hopefully it was a good shot. I mean, I felt good about it. I just thought I misjudged the yardage. Here we go. Okay, using my phone again because it's easier with the rain. We've spent, I don't know, the last hour. The three of us went probably 400 yards from where I shot. Didn't find anything. We think we found her track when she crossed the road. No blood there. I'm just finishing up, like literally gridding where I think she ran before she crossed the road. I couldn't find any blood where she was standing, or anywhere else around there. I mean, it's been raining, so, but I really think it probably, I know I aimed high because I thought it was 45 yards, because I could range the tree next to her, but I thought she was a little bit back from the tree. So I'm like 95% sure it was a flesh wound, like probably hit high, backstrap area. I didn't see a single drop of blood on her when she was running. I was able to see her run for, I don't know, 100, 150 yards before she went out of sight. She didn't show any indication of being hurt, but I know that that's not like anything definitive, but I don't know. I don't know what else I can do. Like, I cannot find, beyond her tracks on the road, can't find any other sign of her other than where I kind of saw her run into the trees, and we've been in there for several hundred yards, the three of us, and no luck. So I think I'm gonna call it. Don't feel great about it, but I'm sure she's gonna be okay. Okay, I think I'm gonna call it. On one hand, I hate to end the trip this way, because it's been such a phenomenal trip up to this point, but I know she's okay. Like, I know I aimed high. She was 40 and I aimed 45. Definitely lesson learned. Like, I gotta get that range if I'm not 100% sure. I should have stood up. I probably could have done it. They didn't know I was there. But I know she's gonna be okay. On the other hand, it was a phenomenal experience. It's a great experience for me. I learned that now. Like, I think I've talked about ranging before, and I did range, but I should have been able to range her, not the tree next to her. But it was a great experience as far as spot and stock and being able to get within shooting range and being able to get a shot and being inches away from bringing home a mule deer along with my cow. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. Only reason I'm able to, I guess, accept it is because I know she's going to be okay. So I think this might be it. This might be how I close it out. We'll see what the rest of the day brings and what the drive home looks like. That's probably it for today.